That definitely was a great report about post and how it developed in Kuwait. And now please welcome with me Mr. Essa Dashti, BAM Secretary of the Kuwait Philatelic and Numismatic Society. Welcome to the show.
Hey, you are most welcome.
That's really an amazing hobby. How did this hobby started with you?
Starting when was I'm in the kid, when I have you know, that time we have reading the magazines and just exchange stamps through written letters from end of 80s, beginning of the 90s. I started this hobby and it continues with me to be a board member in the Kuwait Philatelic Society.
That's really lovely. And how do you feel like about someone who watched like the post develop, you know, the stamp develop and seeing Kuwait journey on stamp?
Yes, see, the post service, it's old here in Kuwait and it's development through all the years, and we hope now the post service, it's also development like the other country to give the latest of the post service. And about the stamps telling the history of each country, so it's like a record for each country, because it's documentary, the events, the actions, the memories, the jubilees, and what happened in this country, and also it's documentary, the art and literatures.
The architecture as well.
Yes, everything you can find it in the stamps, because it's one of the most important documents now.
Exactly.
For the history for any country.
Of course, and recently, mashallah, you have delivered a very interesting and inspirational lecture, the history of Kuwait on post from the beginning until the independence. What inspired you to deliver that topic?
See, we are in Kuwait Philatelic and Numismatic Society. We have each year the culture season. We are starting this culture season this year, and I delivered the second lecture for me this year. And I choose the topic about the post service here in Kuwait from the beginning to the independence, because I want to showing that we have a very old history in the post service here in Kuwait. Especially it's related with the Great Britain, when we are cooperate together to do the post service in officially and unofficially way. So in these lectures, I'll give the information and the latest research about the post service. It's giving here to Kuwait, starting from the first letter it's sent from Kuwait, the first post service in Kuwait, the Sheikh Mubarak, the great his great job he's doing to opening the post office after the cooperation with the Great Britain to opening our post service, to the stages of the independence. So we have a very long story and very long history in the post service here in Kuwait, more than 250 years. So, and this is the official and unofficially, but the officially post service here in Kuwait, it's starting with the opening the official first post office in Kuwait in 21 January 1950.
That's really awesome, and we're gonna of course go deeper in that. And it seems like from the lecture, it's not only a lecture, it's just like a documentary movie. Yes. You know, you took like the participant in a nostalgic journey from the beginning until the independence regarding the stamp during that time. And when we talk about letters, there's something unique about the stamp. It has like letters, sometimes KO, and there's like KU.
Yes.
Like, what's the difference and the story behind these two letters?
See, the first stamp, it's carrying the name of Kuwait. It's issued by the British Empire government, the Indian British Empire government, in 1923. And it's with the photo of His Majesty King George V, and overprinted with Kuwait, but with a French spelling, K-O-W-E-I-T. Okay. And the day that the stamps receive it to Kuwait, can use it in the post office here, the British Parliament has stopped to use it. For they are asking why it's written Kuwait, K-O-W-A-I-T, and they are doing several meetings in the Parliament to how we are spelling Kuwait, and they are changed to K-U-W-A-I-T. And they are reprinted again, the stamps, with a new spelling of Kuwait, and it's issued on 1st of April in 1923. So this is the first Kuwaiti stamps carrying the name of the stamps. Before 2 years, we are celebration for the 100th anniversary. For the
100th anniversary.
Yes, for the first stamp carrying name Kuwait. and this is the difference between the KO and KU. And you know, as a philatelic and a stamp collector, we are like to collect these rare stamps
and pay like close attention to every letter and documentation.
Yes, and you know, this is stamp. It's in Kuwait stamp history. It's the most high value stamps.
Exactly.
Any stamp collector, he'd like to get one piece of these stamps.
That's very awesome. Rare. So it's like a golden rare item.
It's like an invest also.
Like an invest.
Yes.
That's really amazing. And during like the times of independence, how did that happen for the Kuwaiti stamp to become independent from the Britain?
See, when we are starting the post service here in Kuwait, we're starting with cooperating with the British government with the same day that's opening the British Politic Agent House here in Kuwait.
Okay.
We are starting the official post service here in Kuwait. So the British government, they are running all the post service here in Kuwait, the local and the international. In 1956, Kuwait government, they want to independent the post service. So the British government, they are saying there is no any problem, you can independent, but we are need to training Kuwaiti people to they are knowing how the post service running. So the first stage, they are independent just the local post service, and it's happened in 1958. And after a year, in 1959, they are doing a very big celebration when the full post service independent from Britain. So the first stage in 1958, just the local post service independent from Great Britain. And in that year, we are issued the first national stamps carrying Sheikh Abdullah Salim al-Sabah photo on the stamp. And after a year, when we are the full independent for the post service from Great Britain, we are issued our national stamp, but in then our old currency, the rupee. And after the full independence in 1961, we are changing the stamps to the value of the stamp with the dinar and the fils.
That's really amazing and very fascinating details regarding the journey itself and how like the small steps that Kuwaiti during that time they took in order to make sure the independence happening. That's really amazing. And during that time, how many like headquarters there been before the full or completed independence for Kuwait stamp?
Yeah, see, like I told you, when the British Politic Agent House it's opening here and the British government service it's running from Kuwait. The first post office, it was in the same building of the British Politic Agent House that we are calling today Dixon House.
Dixon House.
Yes, and this is the first post office headquarter, it was there. After in 1929, Colonel Dixon, he's transferred the post office to the next house because the post it's come more
occupied.
Yes, and there is more people. They are want to have the post service. He looked like for the secure, he should transfer the post office from the British Politic Agent House to a next house we are calling Muhammad al-Sabah House, the Kuwaiti ruler mother of great Sheikh Mubarak and Sheikh Mohammed. And after that, we are transfer our post headquarter to Kishk Sheikh Mubarak for many years. And after that, it goes to the custom. And in 1958, we are opening a Safat post office. And in 1959, we are opening the general post office. We are calling El Barid Al Am and Fahd Al Salim Street. So we have like 5 main headquarters of the post office here in Kuwait from the beginning to the independent. And after the independent, the Kuwait government opened in each area post office, and there is tens of these post offices still now they are working.
That's really amazing because when we look at these places that you have mentioned, the sites, they're rich of history, but we don't see them from like the eye of like someone who collect the stamp and how they all like related to the stamp journey itself.
Yes, and we are lucky here in Kuwait that we are still keeping all these buildings for, as museums, as maintaining under the National Council of Art and Literature. They are doing the great job to maintaining and to save this building because it's a part of our history
identity,
and
culture.
And our culture and also our relation history between Kuwait and the country, the friends of Kuwait.
That's really amazing. And as someone like who is very passionate about collecting stamp and not only collecting but also like diving deep in the history and the rich tradition and culture that they contain, have you ever like thought of designing your own post or of your own like image that you want to put? You know?
I have the honor that the Kuwait Post Office, they are issued for me 3 stamps. I designed
They
it.
already issued?
Yes, issued. I designed it. In 2023, I designed 2 stamp sets. The first stamp I designed it's about the National Day, and it's issued in 2023. And the same of the year, I designed the second stamp set. It's the 100th anniversary for the first stamp carrying name Kuwait. And also my pleasure, I designed the stamp of the opening of the Sheikh Abdullah Salim University. I designed this stamp, and all these stamps issued by Kuwait Post Office. And I was the general supervisor for 12 stamps they issued by Kuwait Post Office by our colleagues and the Kuwaiti designers. So I was following the design for them and giving some advices how to
supervising the whole process.
The whole process and the project of the stamp from the beginning to the issued by Kuwait Post Office.
And when you were like designing the post and the stamp itself, was there like a specific journey or chronicle?
Yes, because there is many conditions and many steps you should following. And the stamps, because it's small size, you should put in your mind how it will be a very clear and very direct message and clear message, because each stamp it's carrying a message.
Okay.
And each stamp it's issued, it's a part of your country history. So you should be very careful what you design it, what's the sign and substance that inside the stamps, and the colors, the way of the design, what's carrying of the photo of the design, and the other conditions for if you want to design the stamp. So also we are here in Kuwait Philatelic and Numismatic Society. We are cooperating always with the post office here in Kuwait to do the designs of the stamps to issued in the future occasions.
I loved how you changed like that. I loved how you capture the tradition, the history, and turning them into symbols. That's really amazing. You know, like one episode is not enough with you, especially that you have a lot of history and valuable information. Hopefully, like in upcoming episode, we can cover even more and more. Thank you so much, Mr. Essa Dashti, for being with us here and enlightening us about this amazing journey.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your interviewing.
Of course, and now, dear viewers, the Kuwaiti-Italian relationship is a perfect example of virtuous partnership built upon mutual trust, fruitful collaboration, and most of all, shared values and principles. This week is the Italian Week. They are offering an exhibition and sale of traditional agriculture and food products, an opportunity to meet Italian restaurants based in Kuwait, and an exhibition of Italian brands and made in Italy. By the end of the festival, a performance presented His Excellency the Ambassador with a handmade statue from Italian artisan depicting the town of Gobo and flags of Italy and Kuwait as a symbol of unity between the two countries. Let's take a look at this report and then we're going to be back.